What's happening? We know your love already. Why are you advocating that people should flaunt their love?
Because I believe that love is the most important thing in the world. I mean, if you read the Bible, the whole of the Bible talks about love. The whole of the Quran talks about love. Love is the underlying philosophy for everything that we are about, for continuity, for God's plan to work, for work, everything. And lately, a lot of people are afraid to love. They are afraid to fall in love because their hearts have been broken so many times. They are hooking up with the wrong guys. Divorce rates are going through the roof. So we believe that in the same vein, other people are also amazingly in love. I've been in a relationship with my wife for 12 years. It's blissful. Every day is like renewed energy. So we are asking people to show love so that Satan do not win, because we need young people especially to understand that trendy, cool people can fall in love and not cheat and not cause trouble and make sure that it's beautiful. Another reason why I want people to take love more seriously is because without love, we are going to raise children without fathers and mothers and single parenting. And all these things are going to grow up, and children are going to become armed robbers, which will eventually affect national development. So it's a problem that I have seen arising. People do not see love with the same importance that our mothers used to see it. And this is my small contribution to fighting it.
Is this something that you're hoping to, do annually? Because if you do it once, yes, people will flaunt their love, but afterwards, we go back to the same lifestyle.
No. So this is going to be an annual program. So every Valentine month, we are going to do movies, and next year we will add more music. And apart from the music, we are also letting our friends who are popular, that have opinions that people follow, like Van Vika. I know he's happily in love. People like Van Vika and Ajeta Nana are also going to come there, and they are also flaunting. All of us are doing things to make sure that people can see that love is real, and it's going to happen every year after every year. And even after the Valentine, we are still going to continuously flaunt the love on social media to bring attention to the fact that you can be cool, young, and love without fear.
All right. So this thing is this flaunt your love, you're showing a movie, if I get it right. Is it a movie that you and your wife are in, or is it a movie you selected that shows the morals of
Oh, no. So we've selected 3 main movies. So there's Love Brewed in African Ports. Yeah, and then there's also it's the
same Love Brewed in African Pot that we know, the Ghanaian movie.
Exactly, the Ghanaian movie. And we chose it strategically because of the story that accompanies it. Yeah, Kwawansan tells me that when he went to school in Hollywood, and when he came back for 8 years, he was walking, and then he met this beautiful lady that he wanted to marry, and the mother said no, because he didn't have a big car, and the love, he didn't have money. And then he, out of the frustration of what he was feeling at that time, he wrote that movie. And I believe that it's a movie that people must watch. People must watch to get inspired, because if you see Kwawansan today, so many houses, so much money, and now that because the wife was quiet, the wife won, so apart from his personal story that you find elements of in the movie, also what's the movie, the love that is brewed in African port, love in the African way. Apart from that, there's this new Banky W movie, the wedding, I forgot it, yes, the wedding movie that everybody's talking about. This movie already made $1 million for 6 weeks showing in the cinemas. Yes, people really wish to see this movie. And there's another Western movie that is a surprise, a brand new movie that we need people to come there to come and watch. So 1 Ghanaian, 1 Nigerian, and 1 Hollywood movie that we are showing. But all these movies have been chosen strategically to let people watch, and then after the 1.5 hours or 2 hours, come to understand that love lives.
Love lives. Okay, so you yourself have written a book. Now you're showing us movies to tell story. Are you going to venture from being an author, a composer, a musician, to become an actor?
No. I've done 8 movies already. I've done yes. I've done The Comforter. I've done so many movies. Amsterdam Diary. Yes, out there. Even in Lele Jensi's last movie, I was a comedian in it. I've done so many movies. That's why they call me the versatile. But I think that there's so much talent in me that God has given me, and such a big platform as being Okyeame Kwame. Okay, that every opportunity I have to better the lives of people, I shouldn't waste time. I must grab it, because everything I can write, I can draw, I can sing, I can rap, I can write scripts, and I don't think that I should limit myself from becoming all the possibilities that God put in me, So I don't think I'm going to become an actor full time. I'm still a musician, but every other talent in me, the world will experience it.
The world will experience it. Let's talk a bit about family. The last time I spoke to you, I asked you about your kid brother.
Yes.
Every time I think about him, I'm much more concerned. He's doing well and all that. Is it that the family is limiting him from continuing with music, or the situation is not one that will permit him to still do music?
The situation, I know, he's written so many songs. Every day he sends me a song, because he has a studio at home. Every day he sends me a song. Bra Kwame, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? We know that it is important for his music career to come back. But what we want for him is for him to be able to finish his school. So this year, he's going back to the university. And once he goes back to the university, and we don't know how it's going to pan out, the music and the school. So once he starts the school, and let's say a year or two into the school, we see that he's settled and he can handle both, then we will let the music come. Because I strongly believe that the stress that gave him the stroke was the education, the music, being a star, managing it at that age. Because Kunta started becoming popular when he was 8 years old.
Ooh.
Yes. So Kunta featured on an album that Okyeame did in 1999. And then in 1999, we did a performance with Kunta at the National Theatre at the first Ghana Music Awards. He came as Yogi Dogi. I will never forget. So I will believe that the pressure of the music and the education and all those things was the thing that probably made him sick. So we are trying to taper it small. So if he's going to school, we want him to go to school, and then we find a balance. Or if he's going to be a musician too, he must be. But we think that he must go to the school before we bring out the music.
Okay. Recently, at the vetting of the minister designate, okay, now she's a minister for tourism, culture and arts. I don't know if you heard the Honorable Haruna Idris, the minority leader, in asking Catherine Apeko one of the questions, made reference to Stone. He called him Stone. He didn't say Floking Stone, but he said Stone as one of the exports from Ghana. He said Flow Stone. That's how he mentioned of him. So I realized I was talking about your brother. All the young artists he could talk about, I was surprised. Talking about Makasio from the northern region, he mentioned your brother. I don't know, but now I'm telling you, how does it make you feel?
It feels great. Flo Ken has done a song, which to me is the most amazing rap song ever made in Ghana. Plus all my songs. And the song is called the Rapping Drums, where he takes each traditional instrument, the shakers, the dono, the gong gong, this one, and then he mimics the sound that it makes and put words in it. And it is not only good for exports, that thing that he has done, it is also coming to buttress the fact that rap music started in Africa. But it is sad that in our part of the world, we throw out what is indigenously ours and constantly select what is from the West. So apart from that song that he's done, I think he's one of the most intelligent young men in the music industry, and he has not thrown his culture out. He's still very royal. When you look at him, you can see an Akan boy who feels royal, who thinks that he comes from Ododuo. From the way he puts his akofena around. Everything that he does, though very urban, is also very traditional. And I think that not because he's my brother, he could be an export for this country.
All right, the controversial one, recently when you went on the Abin show, pictures were circulating everywhere. Now, first of all, I was just wondering, how does it feel to be at that close range with somebody you were once in love with? Did it bring feelings or?
Not at all. It's been 12 years or 13 years. Mm-hmm. It's such a long time. I've forgotten how I used to feel about her. Not at all. And another thing that is strange is that it was my wife that booked the appointment and got me to go there to go and cook with her. So so we're together for like barely 8 months, and it didn't last long. So and then after that, that's like 13 years ago. It's such a long time I've actually forgotten how it felt like. I mean, few of the jokes that we shared when we met, we spoke about them. Hey, do you remember? Hey, do you remember that? That was about it.